fastest or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality. Everybody wants to be a beast. Everybody talks positive about themselves. Everybody talks like you're a beast. You dress like you're a beast. But then when it's time to do what beasts do, you back up. You have an excuse. What's going to separate you is when it's beast time, when it's war time, you got to get up and make it happen. Why was Michael and Kobe who they were? Tom Brady, Dwayne Wade, Wayne Gretzky, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys. Not because of their physical gifts. Yes, that had a lot to do with it. It's up in here. It's time to recharge this and reboot this. Remember, the mind controls the body. The body does not control the mind. What makes these guys special and successful in everything they do is not their physical gifts, it's their mental toughness. Decide, commit, act, succeed, repeat. The savage mindset that things are going bad, guess what they do? Quitting's out of the question. All they think about is how the fuck am I gonna get through this? There's no quitting, it's just getting through and thriving, not surviving. You gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Every day you have to do this shit. Because why? When you stop doing it, you don't just maintain it. If you stop shooting a gun, you're not going to be a great shot when you pick a gun up a year from now. The only way to keep from getting rusty is to constantly over that motherfucking machine. The machine exists. You got to keep challenging it every day.
No one wants the grind. They just want the end result. You can't get the end result without the grind. You gotta crave that end result so intensely that the work becomes irrelevant. But if you really want to set some goals and you're willing to do what it takes and sacrifice to push yourself around that and not worry about what everybody else is going to say, not worry about hurting feelings, you're guaranteed success in whatever you do.
Everybody want to be that man before they get into the ring, man. But I'm going to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Makakwadas. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the house of David, the elect being risen back up in these last days. And pretty much that was a motivational video, you know. And that's going to the house of David, man, the type of mentality that they're going to have in these last days. And being strong, you know. What separates a lion from a pack of hyenas is the lion is going to have characteristics that are going to push him to be stronger and stronger, you see. And that's what the Spirit of the Lord does. And the Spirit of the Lord has to be dealing with you in order for you to grow. Okay, so we're growing through the Spirit of the Lord, and as the Spirit of the Lord is pushing us to be stronger and stronger, and we show that through our videos. We're in the fourth quarter, and the Lord has His Spirit upon His man to be pushing these last days. But the pack of hyenas, you know, certain men, they're going to follow the crowd. They're not following the Lord. They're following what men say, and in that they're limiting themselves to be with that crowd. So they're not really growing in the Spirit because they care about what men think. See, the lion is craving victory. The lion doesn't care about what men think. The lion is only craving to be successful. Okay? And the Spirit is going to guarantee you to succeed in the mission that we're in, which is to gain everlasting salvation. Alright, so that's why the Lord has His true man away from the pack of hyenas. Because the pack of hyenas, they're in a mob mentality. They want to follow what everybody does. You see, a true king and a true leader is a leader, he's not a follower. Go ahead, brother.
God, man, and that's why the Lord separates. And the thing about it is, when you look at it, you know, the Lord separates and He does what He does for a reason. And it's not for men to figure it out right off the jump, because men is carnal. You know, men want a drive-through window answer. They want a microwave popcorn answer and shit, bro. You know, they want something real quick. But to really understand the Spirit of the Lord, it takes time. And sometimes, this world teaches you not to have patience, but to really see what the Spirit is really talking about, it takes time. And a lot of dudes, they try to force it, and this ain't something you gonna force. It's like you gotta let the Spirit flow. And like I said in another video, what we come to see is that a lot of dudes don't have the Spirit, man. And just like them 5 wise and the 5 foolish, man, they want to come and get oil from us. No, you got to go back and get the source. Even if you come over here and try to get it from us, you still ain't gonna have it, because you got to have this thing naturally. The Lord got to really be dealing with you. So you can't sneak over here and try to get some oil and then take it back over there. It ain't gonna work, because it's not in you. See, it's got to be in you. And what we kind of find out is a small number of men is chosen in these last times. And it's not about these big ass numbers and these big ass groups, because in a lot of these groups, only a few men is only pushing out of these big ass groups. And the Most High, man, the Most High deals with you individually. And it's not a the scriptures say when 2 or more are gathered. But it's strength in numbers, but we're in Babylon, man. So you gotta look at it like not everybody's gonna be in the Spirit of the Lord, man. That's within groups and shit like that. And you starting to see that with the ISUBK and the what's that, in Nace camp, the IUIC, and they not in the Spirit at all. So the Spirit is something that's very valuable in these times, which only a few men is going to have. The Lord said, I'm going to be unto you as a little sanctuary. And the Lord said 1 out of 1,000. And I read that scripture this week. You know what? I'm going to read this again real quick. Sirach chapter 16, verses 3. Sirach chapter 16, verse 3. I'm going to go right to this point. Because the Lord, he doesn't need everybody. See, a lot of men, they get this thing mixed up like, oh, I need a lot of views. I need everybody to see me. I need the big groups and the big crowds. No, the Most High deals on an individual basis. He doesn't need everybody, man. A lot of people are going to be destroyed. A lot of people have crept into this truth not knowing that the Most High ain't dealing with everybody like that. Now, this is Sirach chapter 16, verse 3. It says, Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 1,000. And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
That's it.
So the thing is, what the Lord is telling you, the Lord don't need everybody, man. And everybody's not chosen by the Lord, bro. That's why the scripture tell you in Matthew that the Lord is going to separate the sheep from the goats. And so if you're in a carnal mind frame, you're going to think carnally like, oh, well, you that's why I say it takes time to really see things what the Most High is doing. The Most High, your carnal mind, that's why the Lord say that his thoughts are above your thoughts, because while you're looking at this thing impatiently, the Lord is the master of patience. He know what he wants to do, but you looking at it impatient like the victory is won. But ultimately, the Most High got something else that's going to pan out. Go ahead, bro.
And if you're looking at this thing carnally, if you're with a bunch of guys and you're saying that's your one-way ticket, because guys look at this thing as if you're with a group, then that's your one-way ticket. See, it's not about the acronym that you have in your name. It's not about how many guys
it's
that
all
are
mind
around
control.
you.
Well, you could control men's mind that haven't been in the truth or just coming into the truth. You can control their mind and make them think that the Most High is just dealing with you or this, that, and the third. But the Most High, the Spirit is subject to whom the Spirit is subject to. Go ahead, bro.
Come on. Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 9. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak anymore in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I was weary with the forbearing, and I could not stay.
Yeah, a lot of dudes, the Spirit ain't burning in you like that. It's not like that inside of you, because the Most High didn't make you like that. He didn't build you that way. And you got to keep going back to the scripture, 1 out of 1,000. Just like I just read this scripture, it's Sirach the 15th chapter, the verse 3. The Lord is not dealing with everybody, man. And the Lord said, well, 2 or 3 gather, I'm in the midst. And this evil ass, wicked ass society, you got more wicked men in the truth than you got more righteous. And then the wicked men look at the righteous and they look down on them because they're not moving like the wicked. So you're weird. You're weird because you're not doing what the wicked is doing, because there's only a little bit of the righteous. It's only a few. But the wicked is the multitude. So if you're not moving like the multitude, then you're weird, then you're cast out, then you're bug out. Oh, you're not like this, or oh yeah, you're going off, brother. You're this, that, and the third. It's sort of like John the Baptist, bro. John the Baptist, he looked at weird. He was a weirdo. Nobody accepted him. But it's just like us today. Us brothers that's truly in this thing to do the work sincerely, we look down upon. You know, we don't have the gimmicks. You know, we don't care about the views and everybody liking you. We're not trying to be accepted by the group. Because like I said, man, me and this brother, before we met each other, we was both doing the work, standing out there by ourselves. And not too many men have the integrity or the heart to do that. Because they don't know if they're nervous if the Spirit's dealing with them. And the Spirit's not dealing with a lot of you dudes. So the Spirit's been dealing with us before even we came together. Now it's just that the Most High is dwelling with us, man. The Spirit is beautiful, man. It just made the Spirit stronger between us. And we make each other grow. You know, from my experiences to this brother's knowledge, you know, we combine that together, man, and we put up a beautiful work. And, you know, we're not concerned about what other men are doing. We can give a damn. And we don't care if we get no views. We know that certain men that do watch our videos, they're going to get edified. And that's why we understand it's not about the multitude and all these views and likes. So I'm not about to put my credit card on the internet and put your credit card number in there and buy some subscribers or likes. No, it's not about that, because you could buy on them. You can do that, but then you got majority of them dudes that's demons. See, the thing about it, we ain't got to do that, man. We're confident that the work that we do is going to reach certain men that it's supposed to reach, and we don't have to promote it to do none of that. The word of the Lord promotes itself. The Spirit of the Lord promotes his own self, man. See, like I said in another video, a lot of you dudes are just attention whores. You need that attention. And, you know, you got the coronavirus, you got World War III, you got the seditions that's coming amongst men, you had a martial law, you had these things that's coming. And frankly, to be honest with you, I'm not worried. You know, honestly, I'm not worried. You know what? Men are worried because they're still carnal. If you spiritual, you know the Lord is with you. Go ahead, bro.
Con. Men are more worried about the viruses than the Lord. And pretty much, you know, going into faith, the house of David is still going to be out there. You know, this is who we preach these apostles, these epistles in the form of these videos to, the house of David. Now, the house of David may be in, you know, camps that may be corrupt, so we're trying to call them out of that through the Spirit, so they can actually have the confidence.
The Lord's going to get them out of it if they're worthy to come out of it. You got to understand, a lot of these camps was set up to draw the unworthy, and if you really look at it, you have a few men that's really worthy. But the thing is, what this thing is going to do, this truth is going to gather good and bad seeds. So when you gather good and bad seeds, with the world the way it is, you're going to gather way more bad than good. And the good seeds are going to be looked down upon. So that's who we're reaching out to. And the ones, the scriptures say, if it was possible, you'll fool the elect. So the elect are going to find a way unto the true men. So, you know, like I said in another video too, you have to pray that the Lord directs you to sincere and righteous men. Now, all you have to do is pray to do that. A lot of you dudes, you're scared to pray to do that because the answer that the Lord will give you will be something you don't want. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Hold on, if I could add to that what I just said, you know, meaning that the men who you look down upon, basically the Lord will direct you to certain men that you hate. You see? And that just shows you that a lot of men are just of Satan out there. And a lot of men are not in the spirit. They're just in the club. They're just favored by men. They're not in the spirit. That's what we come to find out in these last days. A lot of men are not in the spirit. They're just in the club. They're accepted by the majority. When the elect, when the scripture tell you in John chapter 17 that we're not of this world. The Lord is not of this world, even as we're not of this world. That's what the scripture tell you. So the ones that's really about the Lord, they're going to be hated. Go ahead, bro.
They're going to be hated, man. Just like I'm reading in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And the ones that are really in the spirit of Yahweh Shin Yahushua, they're going to come out with true words. And man, they're going to hate them because of that, because they have the spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man, because these men are not going to have the likes. You know, we don't care about the likes, the views, and all that shit, man. We only care about preaching his word. And man that are full of shit, that really want to be around the crowd, they're going to hate that. So pretty much jumping down and saying, let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is plain contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us for our offending of the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. So the elect were made to reprove darkness. Why? Because the elect understand that there's going to be the house of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that need to be guided through the Spirit of the Lord to the right teachers. Because there's going to be a lot of phonies, a lot of fakes in this world that just want to gain followers just for their own bellies, man. They're not doing this to please the Lord. They're only doing this to gain the likes of men. But the elect are going to see right through that, because the elect have the spirit. They have that special gift that everybody does not have. And this is what separates the lion from the hyenas, man. If you notice the pack of hyenas, they're always together like a pack of rats. You know, always, you know, forbearing one another, because they're in that spirit of Satan. But the lion is always dwelling alone. Why is the lion dwelling alone? Because they have the spirit of being alone. They, you know, they have that special spirit. They don't need everybody. They don't need to be a part of the crowd, man. Because they know what it is. They know that this current road is really fake, man. You know, it's very phony. So you're only going to find a few select real men that are out here that are actually in the spirit of the Lord.
And there's a lot of phonies out there, brother. And that's perfect what you said, man. You know, a lion dwells alone. Hyenas dwell in packs. And remember that, man. You know, the spirit is not subject just to one person or one group. The spirit deals with whoever he deals with. The spirit is like the wind. So I mean, you could tell that to guys who's just coming in the truth, and you can tell dudes not to do videos and shit like that. You know, which is absurd. You know, if a brother in the spirit are doing videos, you shouldn't tell him not to do that. You should encourage him or get him better where he can do better, good videos, instead of telling him not doing videos. Now, you know, the thing is, man, I'm going to just say this, man, and pretty much I'm going to be done with this one for the night, but you got the spirit out there where men are in, you know, when they get certain positions or clout, you know, it really shows if the spirit is really dealing with them, because you could see what type of work they're putting in or what type of effort they're putting in. You know, if a man's not really putting in that type of effort right now in the fourth quarter, and I don't give a fuck who you are, man. If you're not working right now, then your ass ain't right, man. You ain't right. It don't matter who you are. And the spirit is revealing that more and more and more and more. Now, the thing is, because men have an emotional attachment to certain guys, they don't want to admit that guys is really they just lukewarm. And they do a video here, they do it there, then they go out on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no urgency into the Lord, and then when something happens, oh yeah, I gotta do a video on that. But you should have been doing videos any fucking way.
Right.
You know?
And when you do the videos, it's so fucking still. If you put the Lord off day by day, then when you try to actually sharpen your sword, it's not actually sharpened, man. It's just still.
Well, they got their woman and shit. A lot of dudes are pussy with their woman. You know, they worry about their kids and all that shit. Even though I got all that shit too, but this work comes first, bro. All that shit. That's the thing. Like, dudes they're carnal. They're still carnal. They don't understand when you put the Lord first, everything else will follow. But a lot of you dudes are backwards, man. You're not in this for the Lord. A lot of you dudes are in this for money and for clout, man. And pretty much I'm done, brother.
You're not ready to drop this truth for a dime to teach the word of the Lord. So the thing is, guys have this, they hold the world really, then they really hold the truth. Now reading on the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 9. They that put the trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he has cared for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations.
Right, a lot of you guys are in your own goddamn imagination. And you want the elect to be who you want it to be, not who the elect really is. You know, guys got this thing all fucked up. That's why in these coming days, a lot of dudes are gonna be destroyed, man, because you got this thing all backwards, man. The Most High deals with who He deals with. You can go to Romans the 9th chapter. You can read the whole chapter, because at the end of the day, it's who the Lord deals with. It's who the Lord chose. And a lot of you, you really think that the Most High had to cater to who you like you made the Most High, like you could tell the potter who he favored to favor this guy. No, it ain't like that, man. The Most High don't deal on your fucking terms, man. A lot of you guys, you put this front on like you somebody. Really, you're really small in the spirit. Actually, a lot of you real small in the spirit, and you don't understand this thing. This thing is like way over a lot of you dudes' head. And, you're going to come to find out that it's not about the large-ass groups. It's not about that. It's about who the Lord is actually dealing with, And you're going to find that out. But it's probably too late. Go ahead, brother.
The true men are being found out right now by how much men are pushing. And it's not according to those men. Men are so carnal that they think that men are pushing according to their own will. No. The Spirit of the Lord is choosing who are worthy to have her in order to push this truth in the last days. And a perfect example of that is General Yohana. He wants everybody to come up under him. Who the fuck is this guy, man? We all know that he's under the 501c3 and he's, under that charter of the Christian church. So this goes to prove that more guys are thinking that they can save the elect, that the elect have to be ordained by them. No,
well, a lot of guys they think the elect is who they want it to be. Like you guys are all fucked up out there. The Lord got a surprise for you. Well, He's actually showing you anyway. You got a lot of phonies out there, man. There's way more phonies out there. Well, Solomon said it, 1 out of 1,000. Like that scripture I read in Sirach the 16th chapter, man. The Lord is only dealing with a few, man. It's not about big ass groups. A lot of you dudes are just hustlers, man. You're just making money. And the thing is, and then you telling guys not to do videos. Hey, I'm done with that, bro. Whatever you want to bring out, bro.
It goes to show how bugged out dudes are, man. But guys want that power. It's all about the power, man. Guys don't want to humble themselves under the order of Yahweh Shai. If Yahweh Shai was on the scene right now, the Lord would condemn a lot of you guys because you guys are not in the spirit.
Right, it's all a front, bro. Dudes is just fronting, bro. And you can see that a lot clearer, bro. When you see through things, and when you've been through things, and when you see how things really are, you can see dudes are it's just all a front, man. And a lot of dudes are man pleasers and flatterers and shit like that. Like the apostle just did that video on flattery and all that shit. Dudes are trying to gain the likes of men and trying to gain the favor of the Lord, man. They got this thing all the way fucked up. But then go ahead, bro.
You can gain 1,000 followers. You can gain how many favors of men you want, but if the Lord's not with you, you will be destroyed at the end of the day. So pretty much, that's pretty much all I have, man. Just running through the Spirit. The Spirit is revealing all things, man. Prophecy 2020. And, as we approach the last seconds of Babylon the Great, more guys are going to be exposed in the Spirit, because there's a lot more dudes that really are in the spirit of this world, but they're putting on the action as truth, and they're deceiving.
Yeah, but you can't hide, really, when certain guys that's in the Spirit. You really can't hide. Now, you can hide with dudes that's carnal. You can hide, but brothers that can see, We see you, man. We see you. We see all of you. Go ahead, bro.
That's it. So pretty much with that, hey, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakodas. We pray you sincere brothers out there of the house of David are edified. The house of Saul will be destroyed in these last days, man.
Right, and I want to say too, man, the Lord have mercy on brothers that's really sincere out there, to get them out from the midst of all that bullshit that's out there. And like I said, you brothers that's really sincere, man, may the Lord have mercy on your souls.
So with that, man, we pray you brothers are edified until the next time we say, hey, Shalom. 2020 the year of prophecy, man. We are at the end. We can't see that if we're not meant to see it. Shalom.
That's right. Hey, Shalom.